Good evening. Myself Chandrasekhar. Welcome to Bright Learn CS YouTube channel. This channel purpose is only for education to provide knowledge. So let me start with introduction to income tax. Introduction to income tax. Introduction to income tax. So, income tax is not only meant for BCom and BBA students, it also useful to whoever interested learn income tax subject. Income tax very interesting subject when you know the concepts very well. So let me start with the introduction to income tax. Before we discuss introduction to income tax, here we should know about why income tax introduced in India, who and when. These three aspects are most important. Why, who, when. In the year 1857, government incurred heavy losses on account of military mutiny, revolt, World War, first pre-independence World War or Prathama Swatantra Sangram. To meet the loss, Sir James Wilson introduced income tax in India in the year 1860. At present, income tax is governed by Income Tax Act 1961. So, in the year 1857, government incurred heavy losses on account of military mutiny, revolt, war. To meet the loss, Sir James Wilson. Sir, here, why means we can say to meet the loss. To meet the loss, Sir James Wilson. Sir James Wilson introduced income tax in India in the year 1860. In the year 1857, government incurred heavy losses on account of military mutiny, revolt, war. To meet the loss, Sir James Wilson introduced income tax in India in the year 1860. At present, income tax in India is governed by Income Tax Act 1961. You can say IT Act 1961, Income Tax Act 1961. So from 1860 to 1961, so far various amendments were taken place in income tax, like Income Tax Act 1886, Income Tax Act 1918, Income Tax Act 1922. At present, we have Income Tax Act 1961. This is about introduction to income tax. So, in the year 1857, government incurred heavy losses on account of military mutiny. To meet the loss, Sir James Wilson introduced income tax in India in the year 1860. At present, income tax in India is governed by Income Tax Act 1961. So, this is about introduction to income tax. Then, next one, tax. Next question is, what is tax? Tax andre ಏನು? Tax is a compulsory payment to the government without any return. What is tax? Tax is a compulsory payment to the government without any return. Here next question arises, why government collecting money from the public by the way of tax? Here, the amount collected by the tax can be utilized by the government for various purposes like maintenance of law and order, for economic infrastructure, for operation of the government itself, for natural calamities, pension payment to elderly citizens, for education system, for health system, etc. Here, tax is a compulsory payment to the government without any return. Amount collected by the tax can be utilized by the government for various purposes like maintenance of law and order. First one, maintenance of law and order. So, for example, it might be for military purpose, maintenance of military law and order in the country. Then for economic infrastructure, economic infrastructure, it means development of the country, construction of roads, flyovers, bridges, etc. Then for operation of the government itself, for operation of the government itself, to run their own government, they have to collect money from the public. Then fourth one, for natural calamities, for natural calamities, to meet natural calamities, they are collecting money from the public by the tax, like earthquake, cyclones, floods, etc. Then for education system, to provide education to all with free of cost, and talking about government schools, government colleges. Then sixth one, pension payment, pension payment to elderly citizens, pension payment to elderly citizens. And for health system, for health, system, etc. For health system, etc. So this is about tax. Tax is a compulsory payment to the government without any return. Amount collected by the way of tax can be utilized by the government for various purposes like maintenance of law and order, for economic infrastructure, for operation of the government itself, for natural calamities, education system, pension payment to elderly citizens, as well as for health system, etc. This is about tax. So for your turn, introduction to income tax, then tax. Next one is important thing is classification of tax. Classification of tax. Classification of tax or types of tax. Classification of tax or types of tax. Here, taxes can be classified into two types. One is direct tax. First one is direct tax. Second one, indirect tax. First one is what? Direct tax. Second one, indirect tax. Direct tax and indirect tax. Now, what is direct tax? What is direct tax? Direct tax andre ಏನು? It's very simple. When the incidence and impact is on the same person, then it is called direct tax. They are saying that when the incidence, ಎರಡು aspect ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು incidence and second one is what? Impact. When the incidence and impact is on the same person, right? Incidence impact is on same person, then it is called direct tax. Here the question arises, what is incidence, what is impact? What is incidence, what is impact? So here incidence means the person who is liable to pay tax to the government. So what is incidence? Incidence is the person who is liable to pay tax. This is called incidence. Impact means second aspect is impact. Impact andre the person who finally pay tax to the government. Impact means the person who finally pay tax. The person who finally pay tax. Sorry. What direct tax is there? When the incidence and impact is on the same person. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು? Incidence and impact. What is incidence? Incidence means the person who is liable to pay tax. ಯಾರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಪೇ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ impact. So When the incidence and impact is on the same person, it is called direct tax. Incidence, you know, the person who is liable to pay tax. Impact means the person who finally pay tax to the government. Very small example. Let us here Mr. A. Mr. A earning a salary. Mr. A is a salaried person. Then Mr. A, after reaching up certain income level, is supposed to pay tax to the government. Why? Because he is a salaried person. Now tell me, who is able to pay tax? Yaru government tax to pay go? Mr. A. Who finally pay tax to government? Mr. A ne final government tax to pay. This is called when incidence and impact is on the same person. It is called direct tax. So examples of direct tax are income tax and wealth tax. There are two things are there. One is income tax and wealth tax or property tax. These are the examples of income tax. So next one. So examples of direct tax, income tax and wealth tax. Next one. So let me discuss about indirect tax. What is indirect tax? When the incidence and impact is on different persons. When the incidence and impact is on different persons. Here the tax burden is passing from one person to another person. This tax burden ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಅವನೇ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ when the incidence and impact is on different persons. Incidence means who is able to pay tax. Impact means who finally pay tax to the government. So here let me discuss. For example, now we are talking about indirect tax alva. So indirect tax ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? When the incidence and impact is on different persons, it is called indirect tax. ಇಲ್ಲಿ tax burden ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Let assume one small example ತಗೋಣ. For example, manufacturing of a goods in India. You know, manufacturing of a goods in India. So no doubt, at time of manufacturing of a goods in India, manufacturer has to pay tax to the government. How tax will pay out? While manufacturing of goods in India. After manufacturing goods, if wholesaler purchasing goods from manufacturer. If wholesaler purchasing goods from manufacturer, here wholesaler has to pay price of the goods along with tax. Price of the goods along with tax. Then after if from wholesaler, if retailer purchasing goods from wholesaler, retailer is supposed to pay price of the goods along with tax. Then ultimately customer or consumer, when you purchase goods from retailer, is supposed to pay price of the goods along with tax. Here we can see here tax burden is passing from one person to another person. Therefore, when the incidence and impact is on different persons, this is called indirect tax. So examples of indirect tax ಬಂದು GST, goods and service tax. But we can take customs duty also. Customs duty. So transportation of goods, transfer of goods, customs tax and transfer of goods. This is called customs duty. This is about direct tax and indirect tax. I hope ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮೀ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. This is called indirect tax. This is most important. So far we discussed introduction to income tax ಆಯ್ತು. Next tax meaning ಆಯ್ತು. Then classification of tax we have done. Next basic concepts of income tax. Basic concepts of income tax. Basic concepts of income tax are fundamental terms which are used in income tax. Like in accounting we have basic terms of accounting. What we can say, capital, drawings, opening stock, closing stock, sales, purchase. Similarly, here also we have basic concepts under income tax which are most important. So first one, assessee. A-double-S-E-double-S-double-E. Assessee. Very simple. Assessee is a person who is liable to pay tax to the government under Income Tax Act 1961. Assessee is a person who is liable to pay tax to the government under Income Tax Act 1961. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ತಾನೋ ಅವನೇನಂತಾರೆ ಅಸೆಸಿ. Assessee is a person who is liable to pay tax to the government under Income Tax Act 1961. Next one, assessment year. ASS, ESS, MENT. Assessment year. So what is assessment year? Assessment year is also called present year or also called current year. ಅದೇನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ? They also called present year as well as current year. Assessment year. So it is a period of 12 months. It is a period of 12 months commencing from 1st April of every year and ends on 31st March of following year. Very simple. So assessment year, it is a period of 12 months. It is a period of how many months? 12 months commencing from 1st April of every year and ends on 31st March of following year. Following year is next year. So it consists of 12 months commencing from 1st April of every year and ends on 31st March of following year. Next year. So present year ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Present year or current year means we can say 25,000 current year. Therefore, the present assessment year is 1/4/2025 to next year. Following next year, 31st March 2026. This is the present assessment year. So it is a period of 12 months commencing from 1st April of every year and ends on 31st March of following year. The present assessment year is 1/4/2025 to 31st March 2026. This is about assessment year. Third concept, previous year. Previous year. So previous year is the last year. So previous year means just previous year to the present assessment year. Now it is just previous year to the present assessment year. So no doubt here previous year also consists of 12 months. Previous year also consists of 12 months commencing from 1st April and ends on 31st March of following year. 31st March of following year. So previous year is just previous year to the present assessment year. For example, assessment year 25-26 ಅಂದ್ರೆ previous year 1/4/2024 to 31st March 2025. Just previous year to the present assessment year. This is about previous year. And also previous year is also called the year in which income is earned is known as previous year. Correct? The year in which income is earned is known as previous year. Why? Because in income tax, previous year income is taxable under the present assessment year. Last year income ಈ present ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ tax ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. This is called previous year. This is about previous year. Next one, person. Person. Next concept is person. Who is person? Person means individual, like as human being. No. Income tax defines in different way. As per income tax perspective, the term person includes under Income Tax Act 1961 is which says that a person includes an individual like as a company, a firm, a Hindu undivided family, association of persons, local authority, etc. So here person means not only human being, means person means an individual. First one, an individual, then company also person, then firm also person, then HUF, Hindu undivided family also person, then association of persons, association of persons, then local authority. So here person means the term person includes an individual like us, company, a company. You see here company also person, a partnership firm also person. Then next one, Hindu undivided family means they should register under Hindu deed. Hindu deed. That is most important. Like what we have partnership deed, they have Hindu deed registration. They have to do it there. Hindu undivided family also person. Then association of persons means group of persons. Trust also person. Local authority like it might be BDA or local government bodies. All those things comes under person. Therefore, company also pay tax. Partnership firm also pay tax. Hindu undivided family also pay tax. Association of person tax ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the income includes income from business preparation, income from capital gains, income from salary, income from remuneration, bonus, commission, then wages, any monetary contributions received, whatever the source of income you received, this comes under income. So discuss ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ income from salary and then house property, business preparation, discuss various sources of incomes. Now this is about income. So after income, sixth one, we have total income. Sorry, 5 heads of incomes. 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 Here, income earned by a person are classified into 5 heads, which are income from salary, income from business preparation, income from capital gains, income from other sources. So here there are 5 heads: income from salary, income from house property, income from salary, income from house property, income from business preparation, income from capital gains, income from other sources. So there are 5 heads of incomes are there. First one, income from salary. Income from salary. First one, income from salary. Second one, income from house property. Third one, income from business or preparation. Then fourth one, income from capital gains. Fifth one, income from other sources. Income from other sources. So here, person 5 heads of incomes. Income earned by person. The person yaru? Individual, company, firm, association of persons, individual family, Hindu, undivided family, etc. So here, income earned by person classified into 5 heads. Income from salary, income from house property, income from business preparation, income from capital gains, income from other sources. Suppose if a person earning a salary, it will be taxable under the head income from salary. If a person have rental income from house property, taxable under the head income from house property. If a person have his own business or is a doctor or lawyer, taxable under the head income from business or preparation. And if a person sell any long-term capital assets, means capital, for example, sale of land, sale of jewelry, motor car, which comes under income from capital gains. So last one, income from other sources, which income will not taxable under the above 4 heads of income, comes under income from other sources. Yav income ee 4 heads taxable agalo, which comes under income from other sources. It might be lottery income, art sales, gambling, TV game shows, for example, interest received, commission received, all those things comes under income from other sources. This is about 5 heads of income. Next one. 7th one, gross total income. Gross total income. Gross total income. So here, income arising from any head of the income or all the 5 heads of incomes before making deductions. Before making deductions. Before making deductions. Before making deductions under section 80C to 80U is called gross total income. So what is gross total income? Just like a gross profit, net profit. Gross profit means before reduction of expenses. Net profit means after reduction of expenses. Therefore, gross total income is income arising from any head of the income or all the 5 heads of incomes before making deductions under section 80C to 80U. This 80C to 80U we discuss later. It might, for example, SSC have some investments and mutual funds, education loan, we will discuss later. Now, what is that income? Income arising from any head of the income or all the 5 heads of incomes before making deductions under section 80C to 80U. Then, next one, total income. Total income. So, what is total income? Just like net profit. Income arising from any head of the income or all the 5 heads of incomes after making deductions under section 80C to 80U is called total income. What total income? Income arising from any head of the income or all the 5 heads of incomes after making deductions under section 80C to 80U is called total income. Clear? So far we discussed introduction income tax ಆಯ್ತು, then tax meaning ಆಯ್ತು, types of tax ಆಯ್ತು, basic concepts of income tax. I hope ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್.